It's an afternoon affair. Torrey Hunter, Kendry Morales, and even Bobby Abreu ready for the third and final game, the rubber game of the series between the Angels and the Tampa Bay Rays. Hi, everyone, from Inside the Big A. I'm Victor Rojas, along with Mark Gubizic. Glad you could join us here for Angels baseball. Today, we got a terrific pitching matchup. Talk about aces. Got Jared Weaver going for his fifth win of the season, going up against David Price, one of the prized young left-handers in the game today.
Well, Victor, this is what you dream of, a matchup of two great young pitchers, one left-hander, one right-hander. Of course, Jared Weaver's been locked up against some great pitchers of late. Justin Verlander in Detroit, King Felix up in Seattle last time out there. His fastball has been very good, 91, 92. His curveball's been better, slider dominant, and his changeup, of course, has been a great swing and miss pitch. David Price, we all know he's got that fastball, can rush it up there to the mid to upper 90s, but he also has been using his secondary pitches, curveball and his changeup, and that's why he's been so effective. That's why you see those numbers right now with a great ERA, under 2 and a 4-1 mark. Jared Weaver 4-1 himself, so this should be one of the elite matchups you're going to see all season long.
Especially with a 4 o'clock start, you got the shadows around home plate, so certainly pitcher dominant, at least in the early part of this ball game. Through the first month of the half of the season, the Angels have been inconsistent without question. What do you expect today? Because considering if the Angels come out and win this ball game, they will have won against a very good team and have won 2 consecutive series.
Exactly. When you come into a series like this, Tampa Bay is right now 13-3 coming in on the road, and of course you have a chance to win a series. Back-to-back series. Yes, they've been inconsistent. Yes, they haven't pitched particularly well, and of course they haven't swung the bats at the right times, but an opportunity to win a series against a team that they've dominated at home, 14-2 in the last 16. So look for them to go out there, get some runs early on, let the bullpen relax and do their job and win another series.
Well, we're just about ready for some baseball. In game 1 of this series, we saw the long ball, Torrey Hunter and Mike Napoli getting after it, the extra inning win. The Angels dropped yesterday's. They're going after the rubber game of the series. Lineups at first pitch when we return. It's brought to you by Howard's, official superstores of Angels baseball. Nobody beats Howard's. By your Southern California Hyundai dealers. Want more MPG? Hyundai has it. With 7 models that get 30 miles per gallon or more, Hyundai is now the most fuel-efficient car maker in America. And by Shakey's Pizza. What did pitcher Doc Ellis wear in his hair on the field? Go to Shakey's.com/trivia. It is a gorgeous day in Southern California. Even the Queen Mary looking good there in Long Beach. We're ready for some baseball here at the Big A in Anaheim. Today's Angels game presented in spectacular high definition by Time Warner Cable. The Angels have taken their field. They're wearing the red jerseys this afternoon as Jared Weaver gets ready to throw some warm-up pitches. And we'll look at the lineup being run out there by Joe Madden, the Tampa Bay Rays, 23-10 on the year. Jason Bartlett leading things off. Carl Crawford's in left, Ben Zobrist in right. Evan Longoria's had a big series already. Long Beach State former alum. Carlos Pena at first base, B.J. Upton in center. Pat Burrell back in the lineup at DH. John Jaso doing the catching. He had a great game the other night. And Reed Brignac, the rookie, is at second base. Facing Jared Weaver, who's off to a terrific start this year.
Boy, he's throwing the ball exceptionally well. We saw that 10 walks so far to see 47 strikeouts, which is tied for third in the American League ERA, 2.66. So he's around the strike zone, competing with that fastball at 91, 92. His curveball's been excellent. Changeup's been unbelievable, and mixing in a slider also.
Here's the Home Depot doing more on defense behind Jared Weaver. Juan Rivera's back in the lineup in left field. Torrey Hunter in center. Bobby Abreu in right. Kevin Franzen gets a start at third base. Eric Ibar at short. Howie Kendrick and Kenji Morales on the right side with Ryan Buddy getting the start behind the dish for Jared Weaver.
Ryan Buddy caught Jared Weaver last time out there. Nearly had that no-no. A good game. Framed the ball very well. 7 1/3 shutout innings last time these guys competed together. Look for another big game. This should be a perfect day to be able to pitch a baseball game here. 4 o'clock start. An opportunity for pitchers as they attack the zone. Shadows will be coming into effect as the game goes along.
Angels with the loss last night, 15-20 on the year, 9-10 here at the Big A. It was all Rays as far as their offense was concerned. 12 hits and a 7-2 victory. First pitch in this one is a strike right down the pipe. Bartlett at 248. No home runs. 18 runs batted in, however, from that leadoff spot. 8 doubles and a couple of triples. Jared quickly gets ahead at no balls, 2 strikes. And talking about last night's game, Scott Kazmir took the loss. He's now 2-3, even though allowed just 3 earned runs in 5 innings. Pitch count got up there in a hurry. 0-2 rolled up the third base side. Franzen has to hurry. Strong throw. Put Morales off the bag, and Bartlett will reach. Franzen gets charged with an error, his second in as many games. He got the start over the weekend in Seattle.
It's always a tough play for a first baseman to catch the ball as the runner's going down the line at the same time. Break a pitch, had time to throw it. See Kendrick trying to reach back, but it was right in the line of Bartlett going down as they missed the tag going by first base. On an error. Now a guy that can run a little bit too with 2 stolen bases.
The Rays have been running this year, 3rd in the American League in that category with 31 bags. And of course, Carl Crawford, the team leader. B.J. Upton has some. Ben Zobrist has been perfect in the stolen base category, 6 for 6. Crawford had a big game in last night's contest, 3 for 5 with a couple of stolen bases. And also picked up an RBI and a run scored.
Well, this is a spot for Jared just to get that ground ball. Even though Crawford runs extremely well, difficult to double up. If you get a ground ball to Howie, you have a shot.
Rays coming into this one as the best team in Major League Baseball, and certainly far and away the best team out on the road. Although they have struggled here at the Big A. They are 14-4 out on the road this season. As Crawford swings through the breaking pitch. Evans counted 1-1. But last night they snapped a 6-game losing streak here in Anaheim. And moreover, the Rays starting pitcher this afternoon, David Price, was 13 years old and in 8th grade when the Rays last won a series here in Anaheim. It's been a while.
Sounds like a long while.
There goes Bartlett. The throw down from Buddy is not in time. Bartlett got a pretty good jump. Puts himself in a scoring position, and Crawford's got a 2-1 count.
Well, he got a good jump, too, with Jared. Very quick move, but when he goes to the plate, all 6'7", it's going to take a while to get there. If you can time him right as a good base stealer, you're going to be successful. But Jared's been very good as far as holding the baseball, the pickoff move.
2-1 pitch. Crawford shows bunt, pulls one up the first base line. It's going to be a tough play. Base hit for Crawford. The minute Kendry Morales committed to that baseball, you knew Crawford was going to have an infield single. Bartlett moves to third.
What's a tough play for Jared, too, because it's thrown across the side. It's a long ways for him to be able to go, to be able to field this bunt. Bunt it perfectly. No chance for anybody to be in position to be able to flip that over the first base. Howard's Exmo shows that pitch was down. A perfect pitch to be able to bunt if you're Carl Crawford. And with that speed, bring it with him down the line. It's going to be a hit.
From a PFP perspective, pitchers fielding practice you guys do in spring training, are you not better off only in the circumstances where you have Carl Crawford or a guy like that with that terrific speed to have the first baseman stay at home and let the pitcher try to at least do a glove flip over?
Victor, I always told my first baseman to stay there at the base. That if it was going to be a hit, it was my responsibility to make that play. And if it didn't happen, it was my fault. I always told the first baseman to stay there. If I can slide or dive, I can get it and flip it to him. Whatever it's going to be, at least have the first baseman at the bag. It's all about the communication between a pitcher and his infielders.
The Rays struck first in last night's game. 2 runs in the third inning. Snap throw to first. Almost got Crawford, who went in standing up. Ted Barrett, the veteran umpire, making the safe call.
From a right-handed pitcher, Jared Weaver has one of the best moves in the American League.
Whoa.
I think he got him.
I think he did get him.
I mean, you know, when the base stealer's looking back like that, he's hoping the umpire didn't see that.
One-0 pitch. Zobrist takes a strike, and it's 1-1. Another veteran behind the plate calling the balls and strikes this afternoon, Brian Gorman. No problems whatsoever throughout the series as far as the strike zone. Everyone, this entire crew, obviously very good at what they do behind the plate. That one intact. 2 balls and a strike. Zobrist back out in right field in the series finale. Got the start there in Monday's game. Got the start at first base yesterday.
Boy, the mindset for Jared Weaver is here to think of the line to prevent a big inning. If one run comes across, you got to have the confidence in your offense to be able to score for you anyhow. Prevent it, think in the lines of a double play, give up the run.
Two-one pitch, breaking ball and a swing and a miss. 2-2. Big slow curveball from Weaver evens the count now. Zobrist at his batting average at .268 with 14 runs batted in.
Good curveball, 71 miles an hour. Trying to go fastball. See if he can run it back on the inside corner to get a strikeout.
That is ripped into right field, a base hit. Bartlett scores. Crawford all the way to third base, and he'll stop there as Abreu gets the ball back in. Zobrist with an RBI double. It's 1-0 Rays.
Boy, dangerous pitch when you go inside with the fastball. On the Exmo would show the fastball. He tried the two-seam to run it, started at the hip, and then get the inside corner, but it started on the inside corner, ran out over the plate, and Zobrist part of the bat on it for a double.
Nobody out here in the first inning. 3 batters facing Jared Weaver. The first one, Jason Bartlett reaching on the error by Kevin Franzen. So instead of 1 out, nobody on, Jared started this ball game with a man at first base, and then of course the Crawford bunt and the Ben Zobrist double. As we take a look at the Hyundai keys to the game.
3-0 mark in his career against the Rays with a very good ERA, 2.77. Tampa, that offense can hurt you in so many ways. A lot of speed. We've already saw that in this game, and the ability to hit the ball out of the ballpark. So you have to be able to negate the amount of base runners you have on base in certain situations, particularly when you have Longoria coming up.
Ripping that first pitch and almost taking out Tom Foley, the third base coach, who ends up on his duff.
You got to be quick out here if you're a third base coach. When Longoria turned on that one, Foley just getting barely out of the way. Well, he's so close because he's trying to be able to read Jared to make sure there's no pickoff or anything to third.
Longoria 328, 8 home runs, 29 runs batted in, 4 of which came in last night's game. He was 2 for 5 with a home run. Lays off that pitch. It's 2 balls and a strike. First base is open, even though there are nobody out. You've got Carlos Pena, who's been scuffling of late. Longoria 4 for 11 in the series. 2-1. Fastball. Catches the outside corner, 2-2.
Boy, good spot. Longoria's looking for a pitch to be able to drive in the air to get the run across, and he hits a fastball in the outside corner. Perfect location.
There's Carlos Pena. Full count.
With David Price, your opponent on the mound, going against Mike Scioscia and the Angels, Jared's position right now has got to try to negate a huge inning against him here. And it's a tough spot, 3-2 count too with no outs.
Full count. Got him with a breaking pitch. Down goes Longoria, and there's out number 1.
Boy, perfect spot on this breaking pitch. This time it was a slider at 81 off the outside corner. Reason why he swung at that, because that pitch, 2 pitches prior to that, he hit that fastball 2-2 pitch right on the corner. So as a hitter, you think, okay, that ball is a fastball on the outside part, but it ended up being a slider and goes away from the plate.
So 1 out, infield back, the overshift, although Kendry Morales is just about even with the bag at first. Exchanged the out for the run. Carlos Pena has been scuffling. A 179 batting average with 5 home runs and 22 driven home as that slow curveball misses high. There's a look at that overshift. Howie Kendrick about 10 feet out at shallow right. Now Buddy wants to go out and talk things over with Weaver.
Well, the one thing they could be talking about is when the pitch go after him, yet not give a pitch in the zone. Because if he walks him, you load the bases, you have a guy coming up at BJ Upton who does swing and miss a number of times, and the possibility of a double play ball.
BJ Upton, the man on deck. Pena calls time. A little communication problem here between Weaver and Buddy, especially coming off a start in which Weaver took that no-hitter deep into the game before Ken Griffey Jr. broke it up. Here's the 1-0. Foul back. Pena got into the game last night, even though he was not a starter. You mentioned that Zobrist got to start at first base, the left-hander Kazmir out on the mound, but Carlos did get in the game as a defensive replacement, did not get an at-bat. And he's mired in a 1 for his last 40 slump. One misses in.
And Jared, after pumping the first 2 strikes in to Jason Bartlett, has just not been able to get back and dialed into that strike zone. 2-1. Swing and a miss, pulled the string on him, and it's 2-2 now.
And what a great changeup. You can make an argument from a right-handed pitcher. Jared has one of the better ones in the game. So he could throw that back-to-back, repeating that same exact pitch.
And the 2-2. Inside, trying to get that 2-seam fastball to catch a corner.
Well, that was a pretty good pitch.
That's a full count.
Shows executed perfectly this time around. Got the corner at 90. Didn't get it, though.
Great pitch.
Brian Gorman didn't give him the call.
Go back in there again.
Changeup.
3-2. Missed down low, and it's ball 4. They're loaded up for Upton.
We tried to get him to swing at that changeup. Wasn't a bad pitch, but that pitch before, when you execute a spot like you did in that fastball, that can get you upset. And clearly, Jared wasn't real happy about not getting that call. But still, you had an open base. You could still get through it, get a ground ball double play. BJ struck out already 33 times in 115 at bats, so he's a guy that will swing and miss.
Upton was 0 for 4 last night. His batting average of .217, 4 home runs, 17 runs batted in. You had Crawford at third base, Zobrist at second, Pena at first. It's ball 1. Defensively on the infield, Angels playing back. Kendry is playing near the cut of the grass at first base, but everyone else looking for that double play ball. 25 pitches thrown by Jared here in the first. Late on that breaking pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's right, I said it. Late on that breaking pitch.
And he clearly looking for fastball up there. There was a hanging slider. He swung right through it. Pretty good batting average with the base load, 304.
The 1-1. Fouled straight back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, we said it during the first 2 games of the series. This is a Rays team that, as good as they have been at 23-10, they've done it really, at least in the month of May, with their pitching. Overall, with their pitching, but with their offense struggling, as it has, with the team batting average of .218 here in May. The staff has certainly stepped up. They've got a .206 ERA in May. 1-2 upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Joe Madden has it doing it so many different ways. You saw the stolen base by Bartlett yesterday, a safety squeeze with Ben Zobrist. He'll do little things to be able to try to manufacture runs as he tries to get the offense back. But it's been the pitching staff, you're right, it's been able to keep them afloat.
Fastball got him looking down, goes up, then there's out number 2. Ryan Buddy thought it was a 3rd out. Well, considering that he should have had Pena struck out in the previous at-bat, mentally he was at 3 outs. Physically, it's actually 2.
Now Jared has a chance to get through this inning, only allowing 1 run. Perfect spot on that fastball. B.J. Upton maybe looking for a breaking pitch, but for a hitter, he was just trying to bring him down the line. That's all it was. He knew it was only 2 outs.
That new pickoff play the Angels were trying out in spring training.
They were doing those on the backfields down in Tempe.
Fortunately, they didn't roll that ball back to the mound, especially with Carl Crawford at third base.
And he was thinking the lines. He was going to test the waters there. He was going to try to go.
Strike 1 to Pat Burrell. Boy, if Jared and the Angels get out of this with just 1 run, especially with Weaver having thrown 30 pitches so far. Burrell getting to start at DH at 221 on the year. Now one off of Buddy. Crawford's coming home. Weaver is there, but Crawford scores as Ryan Buddy could not handle the ball. And it's 2-0 Rays.
Well, that wasn't that far away from being a strike.
Pass ball charged to Ryan Buddy.
That gives you an indication it could be a possible cross-up.
Without a doubt, that was a cross-up.
That wasn't much. I mean, that wasn't too far away from being a strike. This inning certainly unfolded completely different than the Angels had anticipated. A ground ball, first batter, looks like it could have been an out. Instead, the situation could be a big inning against you.
1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. An error and a passed ball. The defense behind Jared Weaver. In the dirt, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Burrell didn't get to start at DH in Monday's game, went 1 for 5. See the pitch down for Jared. Two. Got him. Jared Weaver strikes out the side, but while that was occurring, 2 runs came across on 2 hits and error, a pass ball. Middle of the first, 2-0 Rays. Twenty halos running out this starting 9 this afternoon. Eric Ibarg, shortstop. Bobby Abreu, right? Torrey Hunter's at center. Kendry Morales at first base. 7 home runs, 22 RBIs leading the Angels. Juan Rivera's in left. Howie Kendrick at second. Mike Napoli, the DH. Kevin Franzen, the starter at third base, and Ryan Buddy doing the catching. They'll be facing a very talented 24-year-old left-hander out of Nashville, Tennessee by the name of David Price.
Well, he's put up some great numbers so far this season. 33 strikeouts and 42 in the third innings pitched. An ERA under 2 at 1.91. He's got a fastball 92 to 96, above average slider and a changeup. Big thing for him now, David Price. He used to throw so many fastballs. He went away from his secondary pitches. He's starting to use that more often now. That's why he's more effective.
Defensively for the Tampa Bay Rays, Crawford, Upton, Zobrist from left to right in the outfield. On the infield, you've got Longoria, Bartlett, Brignac, and Pena from third to first, with Jaso doing the catching this afternoon. In case you're wondering, the 2 runs scored by the Rays in the top of the inning, both unearned runs. As we take a look at Carl Crawford.
Well, he covers so much ground in the outfield. May not have above average arm strength, but a guy makes up with covering up, picking those mistakes by the pitcher.
Now it's up to the offense to kind of pick up their starter as Eric Ibar leads things off at 252 on the season, a home run and 5 runs batted in. And Price delivers strike 1.
You know, it's important, Victor, that not only they score, but they have to have somewhat of a long inning, see some pitches, give Jared Weaver a chance to be able to catch his breath. He had to battle his way through that inning. A lot of pitches.
Ibar takes a strike, and it's quickly 0-2. We saw Jeff Neiman become a strike machine as we take a look at Jared Weaver in the dugout. Neiman picking up the win yesterday, going 7 1/3. That's fouled off to the right. David Price has been very good out on the road this year. 2-1 record, a 1.83 ERA. This one chopped on the ground towards the shortstop Bartlett, who's got it near the bag. There's out number 1. Mentioned that prolonged top of the first inning for Jared Weaver. Ended up picking up 3 strikeouts and 2 unearns coming across. One thing I love about the fact that after he got that last strikeout of Pat Burrell, that showing some emotion. This is him heading back to the dugout, angry.
Well, you know what? He learned this from John Lackey, a guy when he first came up. You have to show emotion. You're the ace of the staff. You want to be the guy that leads them back to where it's supposed to be, in first place in this division. Jared's always been a guy that has emotion on the mound, and he went out there and did his job. The team behind him defensively didn't do their job. He wants them to wake up and compete like he did.
Not necessarily a bad thing.
No. It's not showing anybody up. It's showing a lot of emotion. Say you want to win. So a lot of guys, well, you know what? Hey, they're unearned runs. No big deal. But clearly, Jared's a guy that wants to lead this team, and that's why you saw that emotion.
Bobby Abreu last night 0 for 3. His batting average of .257 with 4 home runs. And rolls this one foul into the dugout. No balls and 2 strikes. To the approach that Bobby has this afternoon, early evening, especially as the shade begins to creep toward that home plate area. Bobby has struggled against left-handers. You've pointed it out as far as pulling out the hips a little bit too soon. There's an example of it. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Exactly. When he's on his game, he's keeping that front hip tucked in, and it's going the other way, serving that baseball, letting that fastball get to the outside corner, and trust his hands he's going to put in play.
Compact delivery for Price as Bobby pops one up. Long run in for Carl Crawford. Evan Longoria, the third baseman. Let's that one bounce and foul at the ground. Well, Crawford's kind of jogging the whole way. He gave way to the infielders right away. Much easier play for an outfielder coming in as opposed to a third baseman going out or the shortstop at an angle.
Third baseman's got to go a long way. Crawford had a better opportunity, better angle coming in. That's a real tough play for a third baseman. You got to go back on that baseball. Carl Crawford, easier play for him coming in, but communication must have been that they were calling him off.
Bobby will take it. 1-2 has popped up, same exact place. Carl Crawford is over, and he'll run out of room. Carl was there, though, in case it was in foul territory.
He was ready.
A 1 ball, 2 strike count on Bobby.
The way Bobby's pulling out, you just hope at some point Price will throw a mistake in the middle in. That way he can turn on it and hit this ball hard.
Lays off of that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Price has kept hitters at bay this year. They're hitting just 187 against them, and it's right down the middle. Left-handers 186, right-handers 187. No disparity in his splits. Abreu fouls that one off, keeping the at-bat alive. We've seen so many weird splits. I mean, you look at last night, Scott Kazmir, left-handers hitting 563 against him, right-handers 218.
Means he's consistently hitting his spot. He has a breaking pitch to take care of lefties, and he also has that changeup to negate the fastball from the right-handed batters.
Check swing did not go around. Jaso wants an appeal, but Paul Noward agrees with me.
As well he should. Now, David Price, the guy that when they were drafted, he had stardom written all over him, and he was brought up in that series against the Red Sox coming out of the bullpen in a key situation, Game 7, and he dealt.
3 games in that ALCS, 1-0 record and a 0 ERA. Payoff pitch inside, ball 4. So a nice AB for Bobby Abreu as he draws the walk. It comes with one out here in the first inning, and that brings up Torrey Hunter.
Well, Jared Weaver's the leader of that pitching staff. Obviously, the leader of the everyday players, Torrey Hunter. Perfect time to respond to the 2 runs that the Rays got. Now they get the Angels right back on the board.
Torrey was 2 for 4 last night with an RBI. His batting average at .283. 4 home runs, 19 runs batted in. He's second in the RBI category. Kendrick Morales is on deck. Way upstairs for ball 1. Price last year, remember there was some debate as to whether or not he would break camp with the Rays. They opted to send him down to the minor leagues and keep Andy Sonnenstein in the rotation. 1-0. It's in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Eventually got called up in May. Ended up going 10-7 with a 4.42 ERA.
I think last year you saw him. He threw a lot of fastballs. Yes, he has a good one. But sometimes you need to be able to use that secondary pitch to be effective, just to get him off your fastball.
1-1. Swinging through the fastball is Hunter, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Getting it up there at 95. The first overall pick in the 2007 draft out of Vanderbilt University. There goes Bobby. The 1-2 is a called strike 3. The throw down from Jason is not in time. It's a stolen base for Abreu. Torrey doesn't like the call, as there are 2 away now.
Well, you can see how good that fastball is. Price, that's getting the inside corner at 96. Had movement, almost like a cut fastball, 4-seam fastball for Price. On base number 5 for Bobby right now in scoring position.
Kendrick Morales up. His batting average at .290. Takes a fastball in there for a strike. He was 1 for 4 last night. Switch into the team leader in home runs with 7, RBIs with 22. Swings through the breaking pitch. It's no balls and 2 strikes. The Angels in May, a 3-8 record. Hitting .221 in the month. An ERA of 5.66. Here's the 0-2. Called strike 3. Down goes Morales. And the Angels leave a man in scoring position. Through 1. The Rays have a 2-0 lead.
the smart choice is CarMax. And by Carl's Jr. Charbroiled Black Angus beef, crispy bacon, and 4 slices of melted cheese on grilled bread. The new grilled cheese bacon burger. Only at Carl's Jr. starting at $2.49.
It is a perfect day for the beach, but we are at the Big A. Rays have a 2-0 lead, top of the second inning. John Jason, the catcher, lead things off. The Rays sent up 8, 9, and 1. Jaso, Brignac, and then Jason Bartlett. 2 unearned runs charged to Weaver in that first inning. Jaso got the start Monday night. It was 3 for 5 as he takes the breaking ball in there. It's 0-2.
Easy to throw that curveball at 69 miles an hour. Well, if Jared could ever have a quick inning, this would be the one to have. Have a better chance of going deep in the game, position to be able to win it.
Skied out towards left center. Juan Rivera drifting to his left is there. There's out number 1 as we take a look at our FoxSportsWest.com poll question today. Who will hit more home runs this season? Kendry Morales or Evan Longoria? That's a great question. Evan Longoria last year had 33 home runs. Kendry Morales with 34 home runs.
The Trop, a little bit better home run ballpark than the Big A for Kendry Morales, but Kendry just can hit it out of left center, right center, switch hitter, so he negates that effect of, as far as having a right-hander going against Longoria with a good slider. So I'm going with Kendry.
Be sure to log on to FoxSportsWest.com. Cast your vote. We'll get you some updated results a little bit later on. And Billy Mack, Jose Mota will have the final tally, the post-game edition of Angels Live. 1-0 to Brignac is in there for a strike. The rookie had the night off last night, getting to start at second once again. He's the American League leader for rookies in RBIs with 14 while batting .279. There's a curveball for a strike, and it's 1-2. That is hooked down a right field line. That is a foul ball. A one-handed swing on a breaking pitch down and in.
The reason why he was able to do that because the pitch before was a slow breaking pitch, so he was able to adjust. And that's the time now 1-2. If you can elevate a fastball, get an ugly looking swing. But he timed that breaking pitch. So shows get on top, see that wrist turn for the curveball. Right in there in the inside corner.
Outside with a fastball, 2-2 now.
Good try though. You change eye level, the speed from the 71-mile-an-hour curveball to a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Look at the differential so far for Jared. 92 on the fastball, 69 on the curveball.
Jam shot into shallow left. Eric Ibar is there, and there are 2 outs.
Now that's pitching right there from Jared Weaver. He jammed him after that fastball because he was looking in the inner half on something maybe slower, curve or change. Got into his kitchen with that fastball.
2 quick outs for Jared Weaver, and here comes Jason Bartlett, the leadoff man, who reached on the error by Kevin Franzen, his second error of the year. Stole second base, and then eventually scored on the double by Ben Zobrist. Bartlett swings first pitch, drills one to deep left field. Juan Rivera got a good jump on that one, makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Jared Weaver and the Angels. Middle of the second, Rays still have a 2-0 lead. We start the bottom of the second here at the Big A. Glorious day for baseball. The rubber game of the series between these two teams. Angels taking that first game on Monday night, doing so in 11 innings, courtesy of a sac fly by Juan Rivera. And of course the Rays evening the series up yesterday with that 7-2 win. Angels did not lose ground in the West, with the Rangers getting beaten by the Oakland Athletics last night in extra innings. That game going 13 in Arlington. Halos 4 back in the American League West. Juan Rivera, Howie Kendrick, Mike Napoli. The scheduled 3 batters against David Price. You see the numbers for Juan. His batting average has dipped down now to 236. He bounces one through on the left side and a leadoff base hit. Hey kids, this Saturday, May 15th, all kids 2 to 18 in attendance will receive a free Angels pillowcase courtesy of Scholarship College Savings Plan and Fidelity Investments. Great seats for this game are still available at angelsbaseball.com or the Angels Stadium ticket window. Our stage manager Dean can't wait for the pillowcase. Lay his head down on that little monkey on that red pillowcase.
He's been looking forward to it for days.
One of the biggest Angels fans you'll ever meet. Howie Kendrick bouncing one on the right side. That's a base hit. So back-to-back knocks for the Halos to start the bottom of the second. And with 2 on, nobody out, Mike Napoli, the DH, will step in.
Boy, how he gets a fastball up. He's so good as far as staying back and going inside-out swing to right field. A perfect situation now for Napoli to be able to drive this baseball. A huge gap in left center field if he can get a pitch on the inner half.
First pitch is down and in for ball 1.
And he's going inside with them too, so there's a better opportunity to be able to drive that ball. You got this part, you got this whole outfield, be able to drive it, be able to score both runners.
Mike's batting average at 213 was 0 for 4 last night. Takes the breaking ball in for a strike. We talked about the shadows creeping in around the home plate area. David Price, because of his height, is still in the sunshine, at least his upper body is. That's what the batter has to go through. Sunshine to shade to sunshine to shade. And trying to track the baseball. Down low, 2-1 now.
Interesting the way they're going about their business against Mike Napoli. They're pitching against their defense on a lot of slow curveballs and pitch that he can pull into that alley in left center field. Usually if you're going to play him the other way, you're going to stay with the fastball at 96.
Two-1. Napoli pulls this one foul. I always thought the same thing. If you're a hitter and you're stepping into the batter's box, you look out to the defense, you figure, all right, Upton's out to right center. They're giving me the alley and left. That must mean that they're going to try to pitch me away. You're almost tipping. I mean, aside from the overshift, because that's the standard for a guy who's a dead pull hitter, but you are almost giving the hitter the advantage by kind of positioning your players that way. So one would think it did.
You would think that's what you're going to stay away and go stay with the fastball, or at least a hard breaking pitch on the outside part, but they're going with slow curves in the inner half on them. Now they're going to go away.
Fastball, and it got him. There's out number 1. One out. Rivera still at second, and Kendrick still at first. Brings up Kevin Franzen. Franzen, a waiver claim in late April from the Boston Red Sox. Called up on Saturday. Got the start at third base. Went 3 for 4 with 3 singles and a run scored. Originally in the Giants organization, as he takes inside for ball 1. One-0 from Price. That is high. 2 balls and no strikes. Franson started at third base in that Saturday game in the 9th place in that batting order. Ended up scoring a run. Bouncer up the middle. Bartlett. Nope, the second baseman Bringas down. Relay on the first. That's a 4-3 double play. The Angels struggled with men in scoring position. Continue through 2. Rays still up 2-0. Top of the 3rd here at the Big A, 2-0 Rays. Tampa Bay sending up Crawford, Zobrist, and Longoria, 2, 3, and 4 against Jared Weaver. Had a nice 1-2-3 inning in the second. Crawford laid down a beautiful bunt in that first inning up the first base line, picking up an infield single, so he's 1 for 1. Scored on the pass ball by Ryan Buddy. Tough to say for sure if Jared Weaver would have gotten the strike out of Pat Burrell had there not been a pass ball, but in theory could be a 1-0 game instead of 2-0. This one rolled on the ground to second. Goes out number 1. Time now for the Farmers Insurance True Stories of the game. Like in 2003, the All-Star game, Mike Scioscia, the skipper of that American League team, had Joe Madden, Buddy Black, Mickey Hatcher, Ron Renicky, Alfredo Griffin, and Orlando Mercado as his coaches. There's Joe Madden.
Well, they had a lot of fun in that All-Star game.
There's Alfredo. Bench coach Ron Renicky. Buddy Black's doing a nice job at San Diego. That team, a pretty good second half. Good change up there against Zobrist. Many people wrote off the Padres. That second half kind of fluky, but they've got some young guys. They got pretty good arms in that rotation.
Plus, they got some speed in the outfield now, covering a lot of ground. You realize that's a pretty big ballpark. A little more to the speed game to be able to score and manufacture runs.
Padres leading the National League West with a 20-12 record going into today. Zobrist gets jammed and rolls one over to Kendrick. And there's out number 2. Mike Scioscia managing tree. A couple of limbs. Joe Madden with the Rays. Bud Black with the Padres.
Couple guys managing clubs in first place in your divisions right now. I just thought Bud Black would make a good manager. He has a lot of patience, communicates very well with his players. Same thing with Joe Madden. That's the key now to be successful in manager in baseball. Not only know the X's and O's, but to be able to communicate.
Be sure to visit farmers.com today to hear more true stories from Farmers customers and to find a SoCal agent near you. And Madden no longer wears the highest number for a major league manager. Longoria, half-hearted swing, fouls it back, and it's no balls, 2 strikes. JoJo wears number 70, but now Trey Hillman of the Royals wearing number 88, channeling his inner Rene Gonzalez.
Or Eric Lindros, hockey player.
I was trying to keep it in the baseball thing, but seeing as you're a Flyer fan, Longoria's skies went a mile high and deep, hooking foul, and it is foul.
It's a long strike.
That's all it is.
Now you got him set up. A little slider off the outside corner. Finish him off.
The pitch that got Longoria in the first inning. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. 0-2. Check swing did not go. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He almost went for that slider off the outside corner. And a pitch on the inside or off the inside corner, they pull a foul. For effect, it looks good for hitter, but you got them set up for a perfect spot on the outside corner.
Now when 2 outside, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Three strikeouts for Weaver, all coming in that first inning. 1 walk also in the first. That was to Pena. Fastball upstairs. Full count now.
Well, you can see how difficult it is for a hitter to pick the baseball. If you don't have much time anyhow, you'll be able to see the baseball, but then shadows come into effect.
Fastball called strike 3. Down goes Longoria for the second time tonight. 8 in a row retired by Weaver since the walk of the first, but the Rays have a 2-0 lead. Bottom of the third, 2-0 Rays. Take a look at the Santa Monica Pier. Mark Gubba riding the roller coaster.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing. They're often during the winter.
Ryan Buddy, Eric Ibar, Bobby Abreu. Start things off here against David Price, 9-1-2. Buddy trying to bunt his way on. Fouls it back. He had an interesting first inning, did Ryan Buddy. Trying to, thinking that he had out number 3 on the strikeout to B.J. Upton. And then that pass ball. Hit his first major league home run on Friday night at Safeco Field against Felix Hernandez. It's a 1 ball.
That got out in the second that day, too. He got a fastball down and in. Get a better idea of the pitch coming in the outfield. It's shade in the sun. You see David Price in the sun right here. Ryan Buddy at the plate. Much time to be able to pick it up and see how the ball just gets right in the shade, but he's able to hit the ball in right field.
I think they're going to try to get it first. Nope. Gilchrist gets the ball back into the infield. Buddy's got himself a leadoff single.
Well, it was interesting watching that angle there because you see the baseball initially coming out of the sun, then all of a sudden it goes in the shadow. Ryan Buddy, to stay back long enough, was able to get the good part of the bat, hit it in the right field.
Third hit of the game for the Halos. They actually had their first 2 men on in the second inning with nobody on. Couldn't do anything with them. Napoli striking out Franz and rolling into the 4-3 double play. As Eric Ibar steps in 0 for 1. He grounded to short at the bottom of the first. Takes a breaking ball in for a strike. Carlos Pena and Reed Brignac, first and second baseman respectively, talking things over, just making sure who's got what as far as the push bunt is concerned.
I see a lefty pitcher is going to fall towards third base, so that is open for Eric Ibar to push bunt.
Breaks his bat and rolls with foul. Goes off his body. You watched the highlights last night of all the major league games or this morning? See the Dodger game?
No, I didn't see that one.
The only reason I'm thinking about it is because Ibar just broke his bat. Must have just been the crowd, Mike. Russell Martin, late in the game, hits a home run on a pitch in. It sounded like he broke his bat, and it wasn't even close. I mean, it was 30 feet beyond the fence. Ibar shoots one foul.
Is it one of those maple bats?
Couldn't tell you. That Diamondback bullpen has just been atrocious now for a year and a half.
Remember just what was it, a little over a year and a half, 2 years ago, everyone was saying they were the best team in the National League. Then they fell apart after that great start. In April and May, they had the best record in the National League.
Ibar takes way inside. It's 1-2. Yeah, Bob Melvin's still wondering the same thing. What happened?
Yes, he is.
Melvin now in the front office of the New York Mets. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Chopper over to third. Longoria goes to short way. They get the force out at second. That's Ryan Buddy. And Ibar reaches on the fielder's choice. So 1 out now with Abreu coming up. See, just like Abreu did in the first inning, see if Ibar against David Price decides to try to take the extra base, put himself in a scoring position.
Boy, a chopper would have been a long throw for Longoria to first base, but he had Ryan Buddy going to second base. Smart move. Gets the force out at second. David Price has allowed 1 stolen base against, 2 caught stealing against him so far. Pretty good move, quick to the plate.
Little lob over to first base.
Sometimes a good lefty pitcher will not show his good move right away. Just a little throw over just to lull you to sleep a little bit if you're a good base runner. Then they'll give you the good move.
Ibar with 4 stolen bases. He's been caught 4 times, though. Abreu bounces one over to Carlos Pena, who goes over to short. Bartlett is there to get the put out of Ibar. There are 2 outs as Abreu reaches on the fielder's choice. Hey folks, groups of 25 or more can enjoy an exciting night of Angels baseball for as low as $6 per seat. Be part of the fan experience that was voted #1 in all of sports by ESPN the magazine. Book your group outing today by calling 888-796-HALO or by visiting angelsbaseball.com/groups. So 2 outs, 1 on for Torrey Hunter.
What David Price is trying to do against Torrey. Torrey has a tough time with the fastball on the outside corner below the belt. But it's above the belt. He drives the ball very well the other way. Trying to stay out of way on that outside corner at the knees.
Abreu going again, and he's got his second stolen base. So in the first inning, he put himself in the scoring position. Here in the third, puts himself in the scoring position. 6th stolen base for Bobby.
Oh, first move.
Good pitch to go on, too, that breaking pitch.
Steals it rather easily. Again, if you guess right against a left-handed pitcher, you're going to be successful most times.
Took something off, and it's in for a strike. 2-1 now. Torres 0 for 1, struck out looking in the first. Torrey out to left field, a base hit, being waved around as a play. The throw home from Crawford is not in time. Hunter's trying to go to second. He is gunned down. But the run counts, and the Angels get on the board as Torrey picks up his 20th RBI. Through 3, Rays have a 2-1 lead. Plus wins.
Well, you can pencil in the Angels, Red Sox, Yankees,
Rays,
Phillies.
Done. Thanks for coming.
Good night, everybody.
We'll have the answers for you a little bit later on. Pena, Upton, Burrell here in the 4th against Jared Weaver, who now has retired 8 in a row since the walk to Carlos Pena in the first. And in the meantime, he's racked up 4 strikeouts with that 1 walk as Pena swings through a fastball. And it is 0-1.
Well, you almost think he was thinking it was some other pitch coming at 88 miles an hour. The shadow and sun must be still coming into play because that was right down the middle at a perfect hitting speed, but missed it by a bunch. Well, with a changeup now.
Good pitch, and it's in for strike 2. The other thing, too, aside from where the pitcher is at, whether or not the sun is hitting him or not, the batter's eye. Center field, the batter's eye, center field, all the way out towards the new Ficus is out center field, all in the sunshine. As Pena goes down swinging for out number 1, Buddy applies the tag.
And that looked like a swing that he didn't pick up that baseball. Plus, the fact is, Jared already has a deceptive delivery as it is, throws across his body. You don't pick the baseball up under normal conditions until the last second. You see how he throws across the body, break a pitch down and in, the perfect spot to a left-handed batter to be able to get a swing and miss.
First pitch to B.J. Upton is cut on and rolled foul up the third base line. Jared Weaver, the American League strikeout leader, with the 5 punchies today. Upton swinging and missing. It's no balls, 2 strikes.
There it is. Batter's eye. Here's the ficus right out here. You see it.
Called strike 3. Down goes Upton. There's out number 2. I mean, we've seen 2 guys come to the plate right now that, granted, they are by trade strikeout victims. Carlos Pena, B.J. Upton, that's no knock on them. Just they've had high totals, but 2 guys that didn't look like they saw where the baseball was going.
Yeah, that's the type of swing. Exmo will show the rotation of a curveball. And as a hitter seeing that, they're way out in front, so they have not much time to be able to pick it up anyhow. And those swings are an indication that the reception, the shadows, the sun, the back hitter's background is not conducive to hitting the ball real well right now.
1 ball, 1 strike on Pat Burrell. 6 punch outs now for Jared. Burrell was one of them in the first inning.
I remember talking to hitters about when they play in this time of day, what's the most difficult pitch to hit? You would think fastball because you have less time to react, but more so the slider and curveball are difficult to pick up.
Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Trying to strike out the side and get the Angels back in the dugout. Burrow goes down swinging on the changeup. That's 4 straight punch outs for Jared Weaver. 7 in this game. Middle of the 4th. It is 2-1 Rays. At the AT&T trivia question, talking about wins since 2008, which 5 teams have recorded 200 or more wins. Drum roll, please.
That was too easy for us. Hit all 5.
Yeah.
We're going out on a limb on those calls, though.
Kendrick Morales to lead things off against David Price. Left-hander came in with a 4-1 record, a 1.91 ERA. Price 4th in the American League in the earned run average category as Morales takes up and away. You surprised in the American League that there are so many guys still with ERAs just below 2? Yet C.J. Wilson, Phil Hughes, Doug Fister, David Price, and John Danks, all with ERAs below 2 in mid-May.
And it's unusual, especially when you think of, when you compare the National League to the American League, it's usually anywhere between a half a run to 3/4 of a run difference as far as ERA. What you're seeing there, and these guys right now, they're aggressively throwing strikes.
Kendrick takes one on the corner. It's 2-1.
It's one of those guys you mentioned, guys that could get a swing and miss, but they're in the zone consistently. You cannot afford to walk batters in the American League if you're going to keep those ERA totals at that point.
Morales fouling this one off. 2-2 now. And Jared Weaver, you would think, came in with a 2.66 ERA. Figure, all right, this guy's pretty good. He's going to be the top 10 in ERA. Doesn't even make the top 10. Zach Greinke is 10th with a 2.51 ERA.
And 0 wins for him.
Morales, chopper over to second. Yeah, Scott on the first. There's out number 1. Kendry's 0 for 2. He went down looking in the first. Brings up Juan Rivera. Saw Matt Garza pitch Monday night's game. Got no decision. He's the American League leader in wins with 5.
The thing is, a lot of times you'll see pretty good ERAs in the month of April and into May when it's been cold, but it's been relatively warm in most of the places so far this year. That's why it's surprising the ERA is that low.
There's Matt Garza. With 7 2/3, giving up 4 runs and 8 hits in Monday's game. And got the dreaded no decision. And he was happy with it because when he departed, it was a 4-1 Angels lead.
I think he was a little upset the fact that he came in 3rd as far as our facial hair voting.
He is in Southern California after all. Folks are typically going to vote for Angels players.
Well, he's from California himself, though. He's from up there in the Fresno area. But didn't get any votes. Hang with him.
That ain't SoCal. 1-2 to Rivera. Bouncer over to second. 2 outs. Hey fans, the next Wells Fargo Big Bank Friday takes place this Friday, May 14th, as the Angels begin a 3-game set against the Oakland A's. Come out to the Big A for an exciting matchup of American League West rivals, and then stay for the spectacular and stunning, awe-inspiring postgame fireworks. Purchase your tickets today at angelsbaseball.com.
And Dallas Braden's going to be starting that game too for Oakland. So you got a guy coming off a perfect game and fireworks.
Pretty funny listening to him do the top 10 list on David Letterman yesterday.
I didn't say it was good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I don't think I've ever faced a guy coming from next star coming back from a perfect game. So obviously he's going to give it up early in the game. There's no question. You've already pitched your perfect game. The thing is with Brady, we always talk about he has a great move to first base. He does have one of the best moves from the left-hander to first. But not a guy that's going to wow you with overall stuff. Throws a lot of strikes. Stays down in the zone, changes speeds.
Reaching for it is Kendrick. Back to Price, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for David Price. First time he's retired the Angels in order. We've played 4 here at the Big A. Rays still up. Top of the 5th inning, just outside the Big A. See the beautiful afternoon here. 2 runs for the Rays in the first inning, both unearned against Jared Weaver. And he's been stellar since the walk to Pena. John Jaso takes a curveball inside for ball 1. Jaso's 0 for 1, hit a fly ball to left to lead off the second inning. Getting the bulk of the duty behind the plate now, especially with Kelly Shopik on the disabled list with that right knee sprain.
Well, that was a nasty changeup. Slow curve. Well, you can see the swinger. He was rushing out in front. Missed that by a ton at 78 miles an hour.
2 balls and 1 strike.
Jaso shows he's pretty quick on the fastball in the inner half. You go fastball away, all speed pitches on the outer half, you can get him.
2-1. Good pitch there. 2-2. Guy that's always been pretty good offensively coming up through the minor leagues, but defense needed some work. Got him to the point where he can contribute at the major league level, both offensively and defensively, as he goes down swinging. And there's out number 1. Make that 5 straight punch outs for Jared Weaver. 8 overall.
Another great changeup at 77. What is the great changeup? It's that arm motion that sells it for Jared Weaver, too. Throwing across his body enough for the deception, then the speed gets you out.
Brignac takes up high for ball 1. Jared threw 34 pitches in that first inning. And of course, that was prolonged because of the error in the pass ball. A couple of deep counts as Brignac swings and misses, 1-1. The next 3 innings, though, 33 pitches. So he's starting to conserve it, even though he's racking up the strikeouts. You know this all too well as a strikeout pitcher yourself. When you get a lot of strikeouts, your pitch count goes up.
Well, also now because he's been able to get some quick outs, besides the strikeouts during this run, it's manageable as pitch count. You go deep in the game, a better opportunity to win a game. The deeper you go in the game, the better chance you are of winning ball games.
Here comes the 1-2. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Little cue shot up the third base line. It goes foul. Had a lot of spin on it. Saw that ball jet left immediately.
A changeup that was up, but still way out in front. Brignac was.
So it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Brignac. Checking his bat. 0 for 1 after popping up shallow left to Eric Ibar. The 2-2. Out to right center field. Torrey Hunter coming on. Is there. Makes the catch. There's 2 outs. Be sure to log on to FoxSportsWest.com and get all the information possible. Word of the day brought to you by Matt Money Smith. Oh, using the word of the day to describe Bryant's resentment of the Phoenix Suns. USC mic'd up talking defense with Ed Orgeron. And ask Joel Myers. Joel Myers.
Lakers win.
Can't do Joel Myers. It's just not there for me. You do it pretty good, though.
What do you talk about?
2 outs, nobody on for Jason Bartlett. Bartlett reached out an error in the first, hit a fly ball to left. His second AB, so an 0 for 2 afternoon. Kevin Franzen on the grass there at third base, just in case. Just missing off the plate. It's 2 balls, no strikes.
With the speed of Jason Bartlett, Good idea for Jared to get right back in the count here. Get a fastball here and make it 3-1 and make him hit his way on.
There's a strike. 3 balls and a strike. He's retired 13 in a row since that first inning walk. Trying to keep it going here against Bartlett. In a 2-1 Rays lead.
Obviously, we know when on base, you're not comfortable going through your delivery, you can stop it. In stretch position, you do that, it's going to be called a balk. You'll be able to go to advance a base. Good idea by Jerry. Wasn't comfortable.
3-1. Breaking ball. Off of Buddy or off of Brian Corbin?
Again, that looked like it was a strike. Cross up maybe again.
Number 13, left fielder Carl Crawford.
See the body language of Jared Weaver, even Ryan Buddy after the fact shaking his head.
Just off the inside corner. Still, that's one of those pitches too. If you frame it well, you might be able to get the call.
Second walk issued by Weaver. Keeps the inning alive for Carl Crawford, who had a bunt single in the first, a ground out in the third. So it's 1 for 2. Oh, Bartlett going back and standing up, much like Crawford did in the first.
He's going to be going early in this count. First or second pitch.
Crawford takes a strike.
Well, Mike Scioscia has that option now because he's ahead of the count 0-1 to have put a pitch out on. Joe Madden knows Mike Scioscia very well. Fastball inside.
Caught the inside corner 0-2.
They're doing a nice job as far as varying his times to home, holding the baseball. Bartlett looked like he was thinking about going that first initial movement. Jarrett's just changing up. That's the key for a pitcher. Even a guy that's 6'7", maybe a little bit longer going to the plate. If you can just hold the baseball long enough, you can stop the momentum of a good base runner. Change up here.
There goes Bartlett, and it's grounded to the left side. Ibar was covering on the play, so Bartlett moves over to third base. Rivera gets the ball back in. They're just trying to protect with 2 strikes. Got the changeup. Crawford made contact. And the Rays have runners at first and third with 2 outs.
You see him going just in that spot right there, trying to fake him to keep him there at second base, but Bartlett didn't buy that one and went into third. Just a routine ground ball by Crawford, ends up going through that hole. Howie's playing more so to pull for Carl Crawford, especially on that pitch. When they look in there, the infielders, middle infielders communicate with each other, and that's how they know and determine who's going to cover the base in the stolen base attempt. All speed pitch, you're going to think a lefty's going to pull the ball so the shortstop has it.
Here's Ben Zobrist, who really is the only guy that's hit the ball hard against Weaver in this one. This one through the wickets, and a run will score. It's 3-1 Rays. Tough game already for Ryan Buddy behind the plate.
Boy, pitching with a changeup too. By Jarrett is a pitcher on the middle part of the plate. He's got to be able to be caught by Brian Buddy, who did such a good job for Jarrett last time in Seattle.
Second pass ball of the game for Ryan Buddy. both costing the Angels a run. Crawford in scoring position.
And as a starting pitcher here, you got to put that behind you. You got to pick up your catcher, get through the inning without any more damage. He feels bad enough alone because that run came across. See if he can pick him up.
One ball, one count. One ball, one strike count for Ben Zobrist. Now it's 1-2. As I was saying during that pass ball, Zobrist the only guy that's really hit the ball hard. He had the RBI double in the first inning. As he swings through the off speed and down goes Zobrist, but yet it's another unearned run that comes across middle of the fifth. Rays up 3-1. Start to bottom of the fifth inning. Bottom third in the order due up. Mike Napoli, Kevin Franzen, Ryan Buddy to face David Price. Jared Weaver's done just about everything in his power with 9 strikeouts, 2 walks allowed, and 3 unearned runs have come across. Napoli swinging through the fastball that's 0-1. Mike was a strikeout victim in the second. So he's 0 for 1s, getting to start at DH. Quickly, no balls, 2 strikes. David Price retiring the Angels in order in the 4th inning for the first time in this game. He's got 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. Three pitches. Napoli is out number 1 here to start the 5th inning. Hey fans, sign up today for the 2010 All-Star Game Charity 5K and Fun Run presented by Nike on Sunday, July the 11th. Participants will run and walk on a baseball-themed course that goes through Angel Stadium. All finishers will receive a commemorative All-Star medal and T-shirt. You can sign up today by visiting allstargame.com. All net proceeds from the event will be donated to 4 charities supporting cancer research and education. Kevin Franzen 0 for 1. He rolled into a double play that ended the second.
The Angels just got to get that offense going. Good approaches at the plate. See a pitch, center a spot in which you can drive the baseball. Don't swing at pitchers' pitches.
Outside, 2 balls and a strike. The Angels have had some opportunities in this game With a man in scoring position in the first, did not bring him home. They had the first two guys reach in the second with nobody out, and got nothing out of it. So they've had their chances against David Price here.
I think Mickey Hatcher has these guys working. I mean, his arm is about ready to fall off. He's about, before the games, down in the tunnels, the batting cages, soft toss, hitting off the tee, 40, 45 minutes even before they get out the regular batting practice. But his big thing is his approach is simplify the game. See a pitch in your area in which you can be successful, and that's the approach you have to take.
Three-one pitch to Franzen. He takes outside. There's ball 4. Second walk issued by the left-hander. Puts the man on for Buddy.
Number 28, catcher, Ryan Buddy.
Buddy had a leadoff single in the third inning, then was erased on a fielder's choice. He'll take a fastball for a strike at the knees. David Price has had limited amount of experience against the Angels. Just an 0-1 record at a 5.23 ERA. And here at the Big A, only 6+ innings before this start. But so far he's limited the Halos to 1 run on 4 hits. 1-1. 1-2 now.
We talked about him in the beginning of the game, how he was more, about 85 to 90% of his pitches were fastballs last season. Well, we've seen that breaking pitch a lot of times today. Mixing in his changeup, makes that fastball that much more crisper when it's at 95, 96.
The 1-2 in tight. That was one of the main reasons listed that Joe Madden gave anyway when sending Price out to the minor leagues last year from spring training to work on the secondary pitches.
And the reality is hitters can hit a fastball. If you're going to stay there at the same speed all the time, make it time you. He's going to go fastball on the outside corner here if you can. It's still the best pitch, a fastball. But if you consistently throw that pitch after pitch, hitters will time you. So if you can throw your secondary pitch, whether it be a slider, a curveball, or a changeup, and throw it for strikes, your fastball becomes that much better. Well, fastball again in the outside corner.
2-2. Full count now. Top of the order, and Eric Ibar on deck.
Likely Franzen's going to be going here 3-2 with 1 out. The offense stagnant so far today. Just try to put some pressure, get movement of the defense, and all of a sudden a hole could be created on the ground ball.
We saw that with Carl Crawford and Jason Bartlett in the top of the inning. 3-2. Franzen doesn't go, and Buddy bounces this one foul. Bobby Abreu's been on the move in this game. He's been on twice via the walk and the fielder's choice, but he's picked up a stolen base each time. And he scored 1 run, the only run for the Angels. Base hit by Torrey Hunter. Another payoff pitch inside. That is ball 4 as the ball trickles up the third base line. So 2 on, 1 out for Eric Ibar. Jim Hickey, the pitching coach, is going to come out and pay a visit.
He's overthrowing the baseball without thinking himself. You got a fastball like that in that spot. I think fastball away, but he looks like the release point for his pitches right now is going away from him. Now giving the Angels an opportunity. This is when the Angel offense has to take advantage of this situation and get some runs across.
Number 2, shortstop, Eric Ibar.
That last pitch to Ryan Buddy may have hit him. It did not hit him, we're being told. It was a walk, so third walk issued now by Price. 2 on, 1 away. Here's EA. He's grounded to short. Reached on the fielder's choice. Little chopper to the left side. Longoria's got it. They get the man at second base. Hard slide at second, too, by Ryan Buddy. Takes out Brignac, and the inning stays alive.
Real good slide. Ryan Buddy there at second base. Prevent that double play. Gives you an opportunity to get a run across. Those little things. Little chopper. Longoria making the play. Brignac making that turn, but right at him. Ryan Buddy forces that high throw just enough to give an opportunity for Ibar to beat it out.
So runners at the corners now for Abreu. Bobby 0 for 1 with a walk. Take a strike. And it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes.
Now, if you're David Price, you got to go to the same exact spot, maybe a little bit further out. Or if you're Eric Ibar in this situation, you might think in the line he is going to throw that pitch. Why don't you try to steal a base here? Maybe scratch a run across at a double steal.
The 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Price doesn't even look like he's mixing in a look or changing up his looks to first base.
His thought process, I'm going to get the batter.
All right.
He's going to give up the stolen base.
Bobby fouling that one off the left. Count remains at 1-2. Ibar goes on first movement. Pena had Ibar at second base, decided not to throw. Franzen started to come down the line. Draws the throw from Pena, is able to get in there safely. It's a stolen base for Eric Ibar.
Really, for Carlos Pena, it's not a bad play because Bartlett was playing deep in the hole. It was going to be difficult for him to get there on that throw in the shortstop. Then if he throws it right away, he has him at third base. He'll catch it in a break. So many opportunities, you have to take advantage of it.
Absolutely.
Especially with the speed of Ibar now at second. To base it in the outfield will tie this game up. We talked about in our opening about somebody in that offensive side to come through in the clutch here in these situations. A veteran guy. Well, Bobby Abreu's the perfect guy in this scenario.
Franzen at third, Ibar at second. Carl Crawford extremely shallow and left. The 1-2. Breaking ball rolled softly to second. And the inning comes to a close. We are through 5. The Angels just cannot solve David Price. Rays have a 3-1 lead.
hits it an RBI. And that was the Coors Light Freeze Can, brought to you by Frost Food. Coors Light.
Top of the 6th inning, Rays up by the score of 3-1. 3 unearned runs scored by the Rays, 2 in the first, 1 in the 5th. As Evan Longoria leads things off against Jared Weaver, has 9 strikeouts in this one. Longoria has 2 of them, so he's 0 for 2. 2 walks issued by Weaver as well. Changeup is low, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. The home run that Longoria hit in last night's game, the 3-run shot in the 7th, is 8th of the year. Back-to-back changeups for Weaver, has him ahead of the count of 1 ball, 2 strikes.
As far as slow curve, back-to-back changeups. Like you said, now going fastball on the outside corner. See if he can freeze him.
Out to right center field, Torrey Hunter. Good jump ball, seems to be carrying. It goes off the wall. Longoria in his second with a double. Well, coming off the bat, didn't seem like that ball had that much drive to it, but Longoria picks up his 12th double of the year, and the leadoff man is on board.
Even the way Torrey was tracking that baseball, he thought he had a beat on it right away, and then he just kept carrying. Late afternoon, early evening, you see the baseball will carry. That's a pretty good spot at 90 miles an hour. You see the route he took. He thought he was in position to make that play, and just kept going and going. This time of the day, the baseball will carry so much better than it would be like in the 7th, 8th inning on a night game here. Cooler air, ball doesn't carry. Daytime with the warm weather, a lot of carry in the air.
Carlos Pena has drawn a walk and struck out, so he's 0 for 1. Both teams now with 4 hits. They asked for the appeal. Paul Nauert says he did not go. Two balls and no strikes. Jared now at 97 pitches in this game. He had 34 in that first inning. Otherwise, he'd be really conserving energy as far as the pitch count is concerned, being able to work deeper in the game. Curveball is in there, 2-1.
Well, sometimes the pitch count for me is an overrated number because sometimes you can cruise through and throw 130, 140 pitches without stress, but it's been stressful for this whole game for Jared. Every pitch he's had made is to avoid big inning situations. You know, Mike Butcher looking on, he's got to like what he's seen out of his #1 guy, the competitive nature that Jared's had this whole game.
Good off-speed pitch there. That and on the heels of the 4 innings, the bullpen had to get used in last night's game with Kazmir only going 5. Two balls, 2 strikes on Pena with Longoria leading off at second. And he got him. Out number 1, strikeout number 10.
Huge strikeout, too. Not only you get the out, but you don't allow Longoria to advance to third base with 1 out. Another great changeup. Boy, this change has been fantastic again for Jared. We can see the circle changeup, the rotation of a baseball works like a screwball going away from a left-handed batter.
We've now 1 strikeout away from matching a career high. He's struck out 11 guys in a ball game, twice the last time against the Rangers back in August of last year. B.J. Upton has gone down swinging twice. Inside outs, 1 into the seats. No balls and a strike. B.J. Upton's batting average is dipped down to 217 coming into this one. That breaking ball is rolled on the left side. Ibar can't get it. Longoria will be waved around. He'll score. It is 4-1 Rays. B.J. Upton picking up his 18th RBI of the year.
Ground ball. Eric Ibar did whatever he could to be able to try to keep that ball in the infield. You're not going to throw out B.J. Upton, but he just tried to keep it in the infield and keep the double play in order to be able to get through the inning. The effort was there, but just couldn't quite get there. Curveball. Upton with a better swing. You see Ibar fully extended. Tried this to knock that baseball down just to keep Longoria at third base. Good effort by Ibar at short.
Burrell is 0 for 2. Going down swinging twice. Takes a fastball in there.
That's been another guy with good speed for the Rays. 7 stolen bases on the season. To get an idea of how far he can get out of it for his lead against Jared.
Late on the fastball, and it's no balls, 2 strikes. Overthrowing that fastball, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Try to see if he can get a swing on that one, change the eye level, fastball up. He's got Burrow out a couple times on breaking pitches.
Two and two now. 105 pitches thrown by Weaver. The Angels start to get some action going in their bullpen. 2-2. Got him. Down goes Burrell. There's out number 2. Weaver matching a career high in punch outs in a game, was 11th. So 2 outs with Upton over at first base brings up John Jaso.
Another great breaking pitch by Jared today. Leading the American League in strikeouts now with 58.
There goes Upton. The pitch is inside. The third down from Buddy. Not in time. Stolen base for BJ. Upton's 8th of the year.
See how quick BJ Upton is. Nice job, though, catching and throwing by Ryan Buddy. But you have to deal with a batter there, too, along with the pitch in the inner half.
1-0 count to Jaso. 1-1 now. It's Kevin Jepson's up and loosening. Jaso in this one is hit a fly ball to left and has struck out his last time up as he skies one here out to shallow right. Abreu comes in, calls off everybody. Nope, Torrey Hunter calls everybody off. There's out number 3. The Rays get a run in, middle of the 6th. It is 4-1 Tampa Bay.
the Halos, but they haven't been able to get that clutch hit, that thing we were talking about at the opening. Who's going to be that leader to get that key hit to get the offense rolling?
Well, Bobby Abreu had an opportunity with 2 on and 2 outs in the 5th inning. It just could not bring home either Kevin Franz or Eric Ibar. 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Halos here in the 6th. Hunter, Morales, and Rivera. David Price at 81 pitches now on the afternoon. Torrey with an RBI single in the 3rd inning, picking up his 20th run batted in. He's also struck out, so he's 1 for 2. The Rays have out hit the Angels just 5-4. A couple of defensive lapses really put Jared Weaver and the Angels in the bad spot as that pitch is outside. 2 balls in a strike. 3 unearned runs in this ball game. Two, 1. 3 balls in a strike.
Well, likely we'll get a fastball Torrey here at 3-1 with Kenny Morales on deck. He'll stay on the outside part of the plate.
Full count on Torrey. Bounces this one over to 3rd. Longoria's got it. 1 out. So with the bases clear, Kendry Morales will step to the plate.
Number 8, first baseman, Kendry Morales.
Mentioned David Price, the #1 overall pick back in 2007 for the Rays. The last 5 years. Justin Upton, he's having a good career in Arizona, off to a slow start. Luke Hochevar really has not figured things out yet at Kansas City. And Steven Strasburg,
I think he's already starting to figure it out.
he's on the way.
He throw over 100 miles an hour with that breaking pitch.
Morales fouling this one off to the right, 0-2. The Washington Nationals, too, have played well in that National League East. 2nd place, now 19-15. They beat the New York Mets today. K-Rod, Francisco Rodriguez, blowing the save.
That's got to be the surprise in all of baseball. The Washington Nationals playing that well.
Here's the 0-2. Kendrick grounds one over to 3rd. Spins Longoria around. Gets up and throws wildly to 1st. Should be an error on Longoria. Had all day really to throw a strike over to 1st base.
Certainly a play he should make. Yeah, no question.
There's no way you could sit there. I don't care how good you are. Sit there just all of a sudden, not look up and find a target, flip a ball over there, and anticipate it to be at the bag.
Especially when you spin around. It's the 7th error of the season.
There's Juan Rivera. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out.
Forward to 3rd base coach of the Rays says right now already Longoria's the best fielding 3rd baseman he's ever seen in professional baseball. And he obviously saw Mike Schmidt and a number of other great ones play over the years. That's it is a surprise with 7 errors already.
That left side of the infield has 12 errors. Jason Bartlett's got 5. Kind of what we saw in Boston. They brought inside Adrian Beltran, Marco Scudero to shore up the left side of the infield. Both of those guys struggling defensively early on. One. 1-2.
Wanda's got to get a fastball in the inner half and drive it. He's swinging at pitches, particularly those curveballs that are down either at the middle part of the plate or the outside corner, in which he has a difficult time catching up to that part of the plate.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Price has 4 punch outs in this one, 3 walks. But when he's needed to, he's made the right pitch. 2-2. Full count. And Howie Kendrick's on deck. Kendrick Morales over at first base. 1 out here in the 6th inning. And a payoff pitch. Got him with a high fastball. There's out number 2. Howie is 1 for 2. He had a single in the 2nd. Little bouncer back to David Price in the 4th. Price wanting Jaso to run through the signs one more time. Line shot into straightaway center field. B.J. Upton's not going to get this one all the way to the wall. Morales coming around third. He'll score. Kendrick stops at second. An RBI double makes it 4-2 Rays.
What a swing, and also great base running too by Howie there. He sensed he had a chance at a triple, but with Kendrick going in there for first base, it's not a guarantee that if there's a bang play at third, he's going to cross the plate. So smart decision for Howie after a great approach to the plate. It shows fastball, four-seam fastball up, crushed it. Center field with some carryover. BJ, who plays shallow in center field.
100th career double for Howie Kendrick. He picks up his 17th RBI. And Mike Napoli steps up with 2 outs and a man in scoring position. Mike in this one is 0 for 2 twice, having gone down swinging. Strikeouts.
A nice fly ball, though. The way the ball is carrying gives you a chance to tie it up.
Here's a 1-0. Swinging through the off-speed pitch. 1-1 now. Reverse shift with the defense for the Rays.
Big curveball for David Price.
Right-handed batter up. Brignac trying to almost play behind the bag at second. Pena way off the line at first. Napoli fouls this one to the right. .99 pitches thrown by David Price thus far. Trying to maintain that 4-2 lead. And he will, as Napoli strikes out for the 3rd time in this game. The Angels do get a run, courtesy of a hit and an error, but the Rays lead it 4-2 after 6. Top of the 7th. Here's the Big A. Rays up by the score of 4-2. 9-1-2 due up for Tampa Bay. Brignac, Bartlett, and Crawford against Jared Weaver. Still out there. 109 pitches. He's matched a career high at strikeouts of the game with 11. Brignac swings through a fastball and it's 0-1.
So she's giving his ace an opportunity here in the 7th inning. If he has a clean, quick inning, finish it up, might have a chance at that W. The base runner knock him out of the game.
Good pitch down and in. It's quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Angels have the off day tomorrow with the Oakland A's rolling into town for the first of 3. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon. 0-2 pitch bouncing in the dirt out in front of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Good idea on that pitch, too. You have an opportunity. You're ahead of the count 0-2. Try to get a swing and miss down and in on a left-handed batter.
Soft ground ball over to first. Morales races to the bag, beats Brignac, and there's out number 1. Time now for the Lexus pursuing perfection. Jared Weaver has been extremely solid today.
Changing speeds very well. That fastball there you see at 90, but then he's able to throw that curveball at 79, another fastball on the outside part of the plate. Painting again, but this changeup is perfect. You see the swing by Pat Burrell way out in front of that pitch. That one was 81, and that is our Lexus pursuing perfection.
Jason Bartlett, leadoff man and shortstop. Steps in, takes strike 1. He's reached on an error, hit a fly ball to left, walked. He scored twice. Take a look at the overall numbers for Jared Weaver. Bartlett on the ground, past a diving Franzen, heading into the corner. Rivera will play the carom. And Bartlett in his second with a double. Ninth double of the year for Jason Bartlett. Puts a man in scoring position now for Carl Crawford.
Right down the line. He made an effort. That ball almost got by Juan Rivera too when it hit off the wall. Able to cut it off for a double.
Trust us, it happened right after that.
It did.
Crawford, a multi-hit game, 2 for 3. Pulls this one over to second. Now he's got him. There are 2 outs as Bartlett moves over to third. That slow curveball has been rather effective with Crawford. Couple of ground ball outs to second.
Well, that's the key against Crawford. He likes the fastball. He likes it down in the zone. If you can throw that slow curveball just to get him out just enough in front, he will roll over and hit that ground ball to second base. Most good lefties have a tough time staying back on a slow curveball from a right-handed pitcher.
His 2 hits today were the bunt single up the first base line and then that 2-strike off-speed pitch with Bartlett running, Ibar covering, rolling it past short. Nothing hit hard by Crawford, but yet a 2 for 4 game as Zobrist fouls off the first pitch. Zobrist with an RBI double in the first. He grounded out in the third, struck out in the 5th. Chasing the high fastball there and finds himself in the hole at 0-2.
Good job of changing eye level. You see that swing, he was late. He made that commitment.
The 0-2. Upstairs, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Why not? Why not go right back up there again? You had a swing before. A catcher, when he comes out of his crouch position, wants to give you that target up so that way you don't make a mistake down enough where he's going to see the ball well and drive it. I'm going to try to finish him off with a slider.
Check swing, he went around. Down goes Zobrist. Buddy will throw on to first. Records the out, and Jared Weaver set a new career high for strikeouts in a game. His 12th. 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A. Angels trailers. Be here at the Big A, that 4 o'clock start, allowing kids to go to school and come out afterward. Fortunately, right now, they see the Angels trailing at 4-2 as we start the bottom of the 7th inning. That's all right. They can see a come from behind victory.
Especially after Buttercup being played. There's no question they were all up on their feet, getting excited, and they get the victory.
Never gets old, does it? Kevin Franzen to lead things off, and he swings at the first pitch. Grounds went over to second. 1 pitch, 1 out to start the bottom of the 7th. Time now for the One West Bank One Person One Play, brought to you by One West Bank. One person at a time. Go back to the Eric Ibar potential double play ball. And Ryan Buddy going in hard.
Well, that's textbook how to take out a second baseman. Ryan Buddy forces the high throw. Ibar able to get there to first base because of that throw.
So 1 out, nobody on for Ryan Buddy. Buddy is singled and walked. Franzen, by the way, with that ground out 0 for 2, but he also walked 5th. Randy Choate, the left-hander's up and loosening. Saw him last night for 1 batter. Ended up walking to Deki Matsui on 4 pitches. Price added the count at 1-2.
His curveball has been very effective. It's still 96 miles an hour on that fastball. Fastball on the outside corner.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, sometimes you see him, though, he doesn't follow through on some fastballs. That's why you see some inconsistencies with that pitch, locating it straight up and down, not getting over that front leg and bending his back.
2-2. Full count now. Price has picked up 6 strikeouts, having walked 3. Been a tough game for Mike Napoli offensively, the 0 for 3. His Buddy swings, breaks his bat loose from the center. BJ Upton will play on a hop. And Ryan Buddy's picked up his 2nd hit. And it spins the lineup back to the top for Eric Ibar.
He just 1 swing away from a tie ball game. Flair in the outfield. It's a time for Eric Ibar just to get that fastball right here. Drive it.
Ibar's grounded out and reached on a fielder's choice the last 2 times up. Angels in need of some life, some movement on the bases, something to happen here. They've had men in scoring position throughout, just not been able to capitalize as Price misses high. And Balfour's up now and loosening with Randy Choate. Balfour's pitched in the first 2 games of this series. Ibar fouling it back.
Pretty good pitch to hit. Out over the plate. The velocity for David Price has gone down later in the game because he's over 100 pitches, 110 right now. I'll throw a curveball in this spot.
Pulled down the left field line. That is going to be a fair ball heading for extra bases. Buddy around second, heading to third. He'll get the stop sign from Dino Ebel. And stopping at second base is Eric Ibar. Ibar with his 8th double of the year. Puts runners at second and third. David Price, you can see him talking to himself as if to say, please don't come out and get me. And Joe Madden looks like he's going to make the move with Bobby Abreu coming up, and Randy Choate ready to go.
Well, he has made some pretty good pitches to Bobby Abreu, but Joe Madden's not going to put him in a position to be able to lose a game. Most good managers don't put their starter in that spot to lose it after a great performance.
Price is out. Choate is in. Bottom of the 7th, 2 on for Bobby Abreu when we come back. Or call 1-800-PICK-AT&T for details. And by your Southern California Ford dealers, where you'll find the new Transit Connect. Check it out at scforddealers.com. Back out here at the Big A, Randy Choate takes over as the Rally Monkey has made an appearance here. Down 4-2 with one out here in the 7th. There's Randy Choate, the left-hander, who threw 4 pitches in last night's game, walking Hideki Matsui, and had words for Paul Noward, who is now at third base. But he's got a similar situation here with Bobby Abreu, the left-handed batter, coming up.
Certainly not overpowering fastball, 84, 89, slider and changeup. Deception is his key. Three-quarter delivery. Lefty's only hit 138 against him, 4 for 29.
Bobby's 0 for 2 in this game. He's drawn a walk, stolen 2 bases, and scored a run. Ryan Buddy's at third. Eric Ibar's at second. Ibar getting a huge lead. First pitch. No balls and a strike on Abreu. 13 runs batted in on the year. It's been a while since he's brought one home. Swings and a high drive out to right center field. Playable for B.J. Upton. Tagging from third is Ryan Buddy. To throw from Upton is not in time. It's a sac fly. And all of a sudden it's a 1-run deficit, 4-3 Rays. Ibar remaining at second base with that throw coming all the way home. That's going to be it for Randy Choate. Joe Madden's coming out. Looks like Grant Balfour's coming on. Down by a run now. 4-3 Rays here in the 7th. time to nominate your favorite everyday All-Star who could represent the Angels and be honored at the 2010 All-Star Game. Hurry, the nomination period ends on Friday, May 14th. Rally Monkey, as we pointed out, is in attendance.
Jackie Autry. The Maltese, too, with Jackie Autry.
That's a real dog. With the Rally Monkey, that's not real.
That's automatic.
Just making sure clarifying the situation. The Grant Balfour takes over now. With 2 outs and a man at second base, Torrey Hunter will be facing his former teammate, Grant Balfour, formerly of the Minnesota Twins.
See if he still has that same fastball. He's been 3 games in a row now. 91 to 96. Curve, slider, change.
Going to appeal at third base. Buddy did not leave early.
The situation, baseball going in the glove of Upton. Ryan Buddy tagging up.
Yep.
Perfect. And Buddy did his job. So did Bobby Abreu, got the run across.
Torrey Hunter's 1 for 3, an RBI single in the 3rd inning. Balfour worked 2/3 of an inning last night, 1 inning on Mondays. That fastball is up high for ball 1. Nybar belongs to David Price. The last batter Price faced. Nybar getting that double. Torrey swings, pops one up. Shallow right field, long run out for Carlos Pena. The first baseman reaches up, makes the catch, and there's out number 3. The Angels do get a run on a couple of hits, leave a man in scoring position through 7. Rays up 4-3. We go back and revisit the Hyundai keys of the game.
Well, Jerry Weaver coming in a 3-0 mark. His career against Tampa Bay was outstanding. 12 Ks, career high. Only 1 earned run in that 7 innings pitch. Tampa took some advantage of some defensive lapses by the Angels today. You know how good they are as far as runs per game. 2nd in the American League. Now they're going to take on Kevin Jepson. 0-1 mark. 15 punch-outs in 13 1/3. 96-97 on the fastball, nasty cutter, curveball, and a changeup.
And now all that Jared could hope for is the no decision, down 4-3, even though he threw a gem. Career high 12 strikeouts. Jepson facing Evan Longoria. He fouls off the first pitch.
No, if you look at the way Jared threw the ball today, you could make an argument he had as good as stuff, if not better stuff, where he almost had that no-hitter up in Seattle.
Yeah.
Threw the ball exceptionally well today.
And dialed it up. He was upset in that first inning, throwing 34 pitches. Jepson misses down low, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Jepson will face Longoria, Pena, and Upton. I pointed out that Bobby Abreu hadn't had an RBI in a long time. That was his first RBI in 14 games. Long stretch for Bobby. Cutting the deficit down to 1 now. A nice play, by the way, by Carlos Pena to end that
Go a long way.
Long way for the first baseman. 2-1. Out to center field. In his tracks is Torrey Hunter. 1 out. Let's go back to the FoxSportsWest.com poll question. Who will hit more home runs this season? Kendry Morales, 60%.
Boy, Kendry due up next inning. We'll get 1 swing of the bat and tie the game up.
Angels Live post-game edition will have the final tally. It's Billy Mack and Jose Mota. Michael Lees might make an appearance. So it is rumored. Yeah. Pena takes down low. Pena with a walk and a couple of strikeouts, so he's 0 for 2. Two balls and no strikes. Jepson pitched on Monday night, went 2/3 of an inning, striking out a man. Had a good-looking ERA up until that one outing in Boston. Pena swings through the fastball. It's 2-1. Giving up those 4 earned runs at Fenway Park, had his ERA jump from 164 to 463.
Well, Kevin Jepson with that great fastball. 2-1 count, more than likely a fastball count. You can see how difficult it will be for Carlos Pena to be able to dial up for that one. And he couldn't at 94 on the outside corner.
So after falling behind at 2-0, Jepson's worked the count even to 2-2. Little tapper foul behind the plate. Count remains at 2-2. Dan Wheeler's up and loosening now for the Tampa Bay Rays. Here's the 2-2. Outside, full count now. B.J. Upton's on deck. He had an RBI single in the 6th inning. And a 3-2. Out to straightaway center field. Drilled. Torrey Hunter is going to play this one off the wall. One hopper off that fence. It's a double for Carlos Pena.
Well, after seeing all those nice changeups and slow curveballs for Jared Weaver, gets a fastball here. Was up. Good velocity even off the plate at 96. Able to one hop the wall in center field.
B.J. Upton, as we pointed out, 1 for 3. That RBI is single in the 6th inning, picking up his 18th RBI. Extremely important for Kevin Jepson, considering the way the offense has sputtered of late, to keep this a 1-run deficit. Give the Angels an opportunity at the bottom of the 8th inning. You have Morales, Rivera, and Kendrick due up. A 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's that seesaw battle. The offense gets you a couple of runs back in there. Now it's all right. Pitching staff, bullpen, your turn. Keep it in check.
You got to keep it right here at the 1 because you have options. You get a guy on base, you can bunt him over, you can hit and run, so many different things. When you're down by 2, it's a different ball game.
There's a strike at the knees.
Good time to use that slider / cut fastball. Really get a swing and miss on Upton.
There's the 1-2. Down in the dirt. Nice block by Buddy. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Nice job by Buddy on that slider down in the dirt. Squared up his body, kept it in front.
Pinch hitter on deck at Willie Ibar. He'd hit for Pat Burrell. Full count now.
Sometimes you try to be too fine with your pitch. Just trust your mechanics. You got a great fastball. You can throw 95 to 97. Your cutter's good, but you're overthrowing it. Stay within your mechanics. Trust your ability. I heard Joe Saunders saying that before the game today. Just trust your stuff.
Fouled straight back. They've gotten a piece of Buddy, and Mike Scioscia's going to come out and check him out.
See this fastball on the outside part, got him right on the knuckles.
Yep. It's like deja vu all over again. Whether it's Jeff Mathis, Mike Napoli the other night, now Ryan Buddy.
See if he can get the feeling back in his hand. See the throwing hand. Got that hand exposed for that foul ball. Got him right in the knuckles.
Buddy's all right, so we'll reset and do it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes on B.J. Upton. Pena over at second base with 1 out. Another 3-2, and he got him. Emergency hack by B.J. Upton. 3rd time in this game he's gone down via the strikeout. 2 outs here in the 8th.
That's trusting your fastball. That was at 95 mile an hour with some late movement on there in the outside corner. I mean, when you possess that type of velocity on a fastball and you can locate it like that, you got to go with that pitch more often.
Mike Butcher's out to pay a visit with Willie Ibar, the pinch hitter, coming up. Make sure that they're on the same page. Angel fans, help send your favorite Angels to this year's All-Star game by voting up to 25 times at angelsbaseball.com. That's right. Cash your ballot now for the 2010 All-Stars. Vote early, vote often, vote Angels. Vote today at angelsbaseball.com. Great shot of that good-looking All-Star game logo. Ibar takes inside for ball 1. 1 for 3 as a pinch hitter this year is Willie. 260 batting average overall, 242 from the right side, 294 from the left. It's 2 balls and no strikes.
Do have an open base. That might have been the conversation with Mike Butcher with Kevin Jepson. There's a youngster on deck. Jaso, who's had a tough time so far today, 0 for 3.
Good pitch down and in. 2-1 now. Another one, 2-2.
Two swing and misses that same pitch. Got to go right back to the same spot.
Two. Chopped on the ground at third. Franzik comes charging in, plays the short hop, retires. Willie Ibar. To the bottom of the eighth we go. Halos down by a run. Back to the bottom of the sixth inning, Howie Kendrick smoking one out to dead central over the head of B.J. Upton and went for an RBI double. The 100th double of Howie Kendrick's career picks up his 17th RBI. That was our Coors Light cold hard blast as we start the bottom of the eighth inning. Rays up by the score of 4-3. And here, the bottom of the eighth inning, it'll be Kendry Morales, Juan Rivera, and Howie Kendrick to face Grant Balfour, who came on and got Torrey Hunter to pop out to end the seventh, with Eric Ibar in scoring position. Kendry's 0 for 3. Reached on the error by Longoria in the sixth inning, came around to score.
Good matchup, too. Kendry, fastball hitter. Grant Balfour loves to throw that fastball. Is proud of it. Gets it up there to 96.
Fastball is high for ball one. The Rays with 4 runs, 7 hits, and error. They've stranded 6. The Angels, 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. They've also stranded 6 base runners. 1-0. In at the knees, and it's 1-1. Morales fouling now and back, and it's 1-2.
Pretty good fastball to hit there, too. Previous pitch, same one. Oh, fastball again. Try to elevate it, change eye level. Kendry's super fast on that fastball, though. Quick hands.
Here comes the 2-2. Morales out to left field. Struck well. Carl Crawford is back. Makes the catch for round number 1. So Balfour retires the leadoff man to start this eighth inning. Brings up Juan Rivera. Joe Maddon's going to come out to the bullpen, or go out to the bullpen. Dan Wheeler had been loosening. That's what it looks like Joe will be going to. So a pitching change here at the Big A. We've seen a couple of them already. 4-3 Rays here in the bottom of the eighth. Jack in the Box is offering a variety of menu items and letting people choose any three for only $3 plus tax. Buy Toyota. Get a great deal on Toyota's full line of hybrid and fuel-efficient vehicles at your Toyota dealer today. And buy 76 gasoline. We're on the driver's side. Inside the Big A, it is 4-3 Tampa Bay. Juan Rivera is stepping up now against Dan Wheeler, pitching in his 14th game. He's got an ERA of 1.64. The slide piece master.
He just shows you that fastball for effect, although it can get up there at times at 92. He will throw slider after slider, curveball, and a changeup.
Juan Rivera, this one's 1 for 3, had a single back into second. Grounded out and struck out as well. The first pitch, fastball on the outside corner for a strike. That is some serious life-size rally monkey there.
Well, looking for a home run out of Juan Rivera. See if he can get one of those hanging sliders on the inner half.
The 0-1 popped up. Upton is down, puts it away for round number 2. So Howie Kendrick will step up now with the bases cleared. He's had a 2 for 3 game, a single in that RBI double in the bottom of the 6th. See his numbers in his career against Wheeler, 1 for 3 with a home run. Fernando Rodney on the left, Brian Fuentes on the right. The Rays have 8, 9, and 1 due up in the 9th. Here comes the 0-1. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. And if the score should hold, probably see Rafael Soriano, the Rays closer for the first time in this ball game. The 1-1 pitch. 2-1 now. Lance Cormier, Rafael Soriano getting loose. Cormier pitched in last night's game, going just 2 batters, giving up 2 hits. Breaking balls popped up. Shallow right center field. Long run out for Brainiac, and that's going to fall in the Bermuda Triangle. Perfectly placed by Howie Kendrick, his 3rd hit of the ball game.
And Upton generally plays a shallow center field, but because of the time of the game and a 1-run lead for the Rays, he was playing deep in center field, and that ball was able to fall into shallow center.
Mike Napoli's been called back, and Hideki Matsui will pinch hit for Napoli. An 0 for 3 game with 3 punch outs. No more left-hander in the bullpen. Choke's the only guy for Joe Madden out there. There's the Rallyzilla trying to get him going. Saw it last night. It worked. Bases loaded walk on 4 pitches.
Atlanta's going to go out and talk to Wheeler. Discuss strategy possibly. 2 right-handers warming up in the bullpen.
Looks like he's going to make a move, and sure enough, he is. Dan Wheeler is done now. That's 3 relievers used by Joe Madden thus far. 2 outs here in the 8th. Godzilla due up. Still is ready to go. He's got 2 outs. Man at first base. And he'll be facing Lance Cormier. Brett Balfour started this inning. After 1 batter, he was relieved by Dan Wheeler. After 2 batters, he's relieved by this guy, the right-hander, who faced 2 batters in last night's game and ended up giving back-to-back hits to Torrey Hunter and Kendry Morales.
Fastball 87-91, not overpowering, spots it. His best pitch is curveball, slider, and a changeup.
Howie Kendrick is over at first base. Hideki Matsui has not homered since April the 22nd. That was against the Tigers. There's Howard. That first pitch is up and away for ball 1.
He's going to try to spot that fastball in the outer half, force Matsui to go to the deep part of the ballpark the other way. He's going to give up a big fly.
There's a big alley out in left center field. The 1-0. Up and away, 2 balls and no strikes. B.J. Upton shading him to pull out in right center. Second baseman Reed Brignac, very deep. He's actually out in shallow right field.
Fastball outside corner.
Quick throw to first. Oh, nice job by Howard to get that hand back in ahead of the tag.
Well, he was quick, Cormier, on that throw over. Well, just barely got the hand in.
Another throw over, another snap tag by Pena.
A 2-0 count. Matsui at the plate. You want to give him an opportunity to get that fastball right now. Give the Angels the lead with 1 swing.
2-0. Up and away. 3 balls and no strikes. Another pinch hitter due up. Michael Ryan would be pinch hitting for Kevin Franzen.
Got to believe Mike Scioscia is going to give Matsui the green light. If he gets a pitch, it's got to be on the inside part of the plate. And to swing at it.
On the outside corner, 3-1. Hideki with that game-winning base hit up in Seattle in the extra inning game, going the opposite way. Scoring Bobby Abreu. Good hitters count at 3-1. Kendrick is short lead at first. There he goes. The pitch is cut on. It bounced to first. Pena's got it. That'll end the 8th. 8 complete here at the Big A in Anaheim. The Rays have a 4-3 lead.
They can pitch a little bit, too. Yeah. Speaking of good pitchers, Fernando Rodney, 3-0 mark. Very good ERA now, 2.87. Thing is, the strike zone command for Fernando Rodney. If he can throw that strike.
Oh, Kung Fu Panda. It's actually the bear. Panda Express. You know, that's Chinese for yummy, they say.
Wow, you are versatile, Victor.
Rodney will face 8-9-1. Jaso, Brignac, and Bartlett in the ninth. Jaso in this one is 0 for 3, including a strikeout. There's a strike. Kevin Jepson went 1 inning. Struck out a man and gave up a base hit. No runs. The Angels in the bottom of the ninth inning, where they're likely to face Rafael Soriano. Jason lines with a center field, and that's going to fall for a leadoff base hit. So the leadoff man is on board for Brignac.
Definitely a fun situation. Obviously, for a pitcher in this situation, if you guys are going to be getting in the lines of bunting, elevate the fastball. Very difficult to get a high fastball bunted down on the grass. A lot of times you see the batter pop that up.
We don't see it too often in the big leagues anymore. The hitter walking over to the third base coach.
He must tell you there's something on, don't you think?
It would lead you to believe that something is going on. Not showing bunt, takes a strike. It's 0-1.
Tom Foley putting a sign on there. They gave him one pitch to try to swing away on.
Oh-1. Fouled off the left. And late on it as well. No balls, 2 strikes.
Brignac was surprised he wasn't going to be asked to bunt.
Jaso with a short lead over at first. The 0-2. Late on that fastball. Still at 0-2. Try to get him to chase that changeup. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Got the top of the order, Jason Bartlett on deck. The 1-2. Got him on the off-speed pitch. Doesn't have to throw to first base. Brignac is out automatically, advancing on the wild pitch is Jaso, but there's 1 out.
But now in scoring position, almost worked as if it was a bunt. The big run they've got to try to prevent the Angels. Change up.
Number 8, shortstop, Jason.
Swings it in the dirt. That movement on that circle changeup in the dirt spun away from Ryan Buddy at the plate.
And with first base occupied, it is an automatic strikeout. So no need to throw to first base unless there are 2 outs. Here's Bartlett. Going way inside. The Rays shortstop is 1 for 3. Had a double in the 7th inning. Was stranded at third base. He has scored 2 runs, however, and picked up a stolen base. Two balls and no strikes. on the ground third. Franzen plays the hop, and that is a foul ball. Thank you very much, Brian Gorman, making that call. Young Franzen, at least here in the early going, likes to play that short hop quite a bit. You kind of have to with Jason Bartlett.
Well, that's pretty close.
Well, it all depends on where that ball made contact with Franzen. It looked like it hit the line there. But if it was going left, it is the home plate umpire's call up until the bag at third base. Then it becomes the third base umpire's call.
He has a much better view as he looks down the line.
So 2 balls and a strike on Bartlett. The pitch toward the middle. Howie's got it on the first. 2 outs. Jaso moves over to third.
Good play by Howie. The ball was a little tricky hop at the end. Kept in the front. Made that throw across. Now 2 outs. Now with Crawford up, you still have to be aware of the bunt also with that speed he has.
So Carl Crawford will step up now with 2 outs. Jace over at first base, or third base, pardon me. Wishful thinking on my part. Crawford swinging, foul tipping that pitch into the mid of Ryan Buddy for strike 1. Good numbers against Fernando Rodney.
Well, you have an open base in this situation too. Make sure he swings the pitches out of the zone.
Deal 1. No balls, 2 strikes. Crawford checking the bat, making sure it's not cracked. Soriano's loosening. Former Seattle Mariner, Atlanta Brave. The closer for the Rays. Picked up his past offseason in a trade with Atlanta. 0-2. Oh, jammed him nicely that fastball. We'll see what Mike Socia decides to do in the bottom of the 9th inning. Due up Franzen, Buddy, and Ibar.
You can see how he was late on that fastball inside.
Another 0-2. Comebacker right to Rodney. There's out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 9th. The Angels down by the score of 4-3. He's facing the Rays closer, Rafael Soriano. The Angels and the Rays down 4-3. And in the 9th, it'll be 8-9-1 due up against Rafael Soriano. Nice numbers on the year. Guy's got good life on his fastball, Gibby.
Great movement. 89 to 95. Throws a 2-seam and a 4-seam fastball. Very good slider and a changeup.
Deanna Navarro is going to be catching Rafael Soriano. It looks like Michael Ryan will be pinch hitting for the leadoff man, Kevin Franzen. Franzen, Buddy, Ibar, the scheduled 3 hitters. There's Deanna Navarro. Soriano just now playing catch because he's ready to go. 8 saves on the year for Soriano. 13 innings of total work, having allowed 10 hits. He has struck out 13, walked 4, and opponents batting .222 against him. Mentioned that last year was with the Atlanta Braves. They, in a cost-cutting move, actually offered him arbitration. He accepted it. They weren't expecting that. Then they ended up trading him to the Tampa Bay Rays.
Always been a guy with great stuff, but hasn't been healthy enough to be the dominant closer he wants to be. Said he's got that 2-seam fastball, can run away from lefties, also can elevate it with a 4-seam action on there at 95.
He was 1-6 last year with a .297 ERA for the Braves and 27 saves. Michael Ryan, the pinch hitter, takes outside for ball 1. Ryan got to start left field in yesterday's game. Went 1 for 4 with a double as he swings and skies one. That's his shallow right center. PJ Upton makes the catch. There's out number 1. So that brings up Ryan Buddy now.
Number 28, catcher Ryan Buddy.
Ryan Buddy in this one, a couple of hits, 2 singles, a run scored and a walk. Takes a fastball in there for strike 1.
One of his best picks, that slider. He gets that fastball over against Buddy here.
1 ball, 1 strike. Soriano, the 5th reliever used by Joe Madden in this one. Randy Choate, 1/3 of an inning. Grant Balfour, 2/3. Dan Wheeler, a 1/3. Lance Cormier, a 1/3. The 1-1. 1-2. David Price is the pitcher of record for the Rays. 6 1/3 for him. 7 hits, 3 earned runs. Jared Weaver will be the hard luck loser, to put it mildly. 12 strikeouts in 7 innings for Weave. 1-2. But he fouls that one back.
Pretty good pitch to hit. A mistake by Soriano over the plate. The pitch, if you can hit that ball and square it up, go to left center, you're going to get a double. See how that ran right back into the nitro zone for Ryan Buddy. Had a chance.
Breaking ball, breaks his bat out to left center field. Here comes PJ Upton, slides and makes the catch. And the Angels down to the last out.
Well, he had a great jump on that one too, and just kept hanging up there, that fly ball. Situation where it is slide in there, he might not need a slide for that baseball, and it almost cost him the play.
So Eric Ibar, the last hope for the Angels here in the 9th. Had a double his last time up. A 1 for 4 game. He takes outside. The Angels leaving 7 men on in this ball game. Here's the 1-0. Ibar fouling it back. The Angels 1 for 8 with men in scoring position throughout this game. Here comes the 1-1. 2 balls and a strike.
It'll be great to see Eric Ibar get on base. So, not very quick to the plate. Very deliberate in his delivery.
And the 2-1. Down low, 3 balls and a strike. Trying to keep the game alive for Bobby Abreu. The 3-1 pitch. There's a strike. Full count now. And the payoff pitch. Ibar pops one up. Left field line. Carl Crawford is over into foul ground. Game over. Rays pick up the rubber game of the series by the final of 4-3. The Angels coughing up 3 unearned runs in this one early, giving the Rays the early lead. Try to chip away, just could not figure out the Rays.
Well, the big thing coming into this series, the Rays have played so horribly here at the Big A. Lost 13 of 14 games. They end up winning the series. A close game, 4-3 today. Difference of that bullpen for the Rays. Of course, the mistakes made by the Angels.
Once again, the final score, 4-3 Rays. Stick around for a complete wrap-up of today's game with Bill McDonald, Mike Leaves, and Jose Mota, as Angels Live is coming up next.